Welcome to OneVerse. Todd Hostetler and Jeff Millslegel from City on a Hill Teaching Center are here to discuss a random Bible verse. And gentlemen, it is going to be Old Testament. Jeff, I'm going to throw it out to you first. It's Proverbs 4:23. Proverbs 4:23. That says, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. Proverbs 4:23.
Oh, wow, this is great. Proverbs is just this, man, it's just like, it's a treasure trove. It's a deep reservoir of wisdom. I mean, and it's just, I'm just a firm believer. You just immerse yourself. If you've never done your own personal Bible study before, just immerse yourself in Proverbs. Read a proverb a day. So you end up you do it your fourth day, and you would read this: keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it springs issues of it. Keep your heart with diligence. Work hard at things. I want to quickly look this up in another version. I want to see where this goes here, because I have a feeling this word diligence can probably be translated a couple different ways. It's verse 23, if I remember right. Yeah, keep your heart with all vigilance. Okay, the ESV uses the word vigilance here. And there's a couple different ways probably you'd be able to translate that. But so you're committed to it. Keep your heart with all diligence or vigilance. You have to work hard at something. Now we understand this when it comes to any other area of life. Like if I want to learn how to hit a baseball, I got to work at it. If I'm going to learn how to paint, it's going to work at it. The first time I ever paint a picture or even paint a room, it probably looked pretty bad, but that's because I have to work at it, be diligent. Look, it is the same way in our Christian walk. It's the same way of trying to hear God, how to understand his word, everything else. Keep your heart with all diligence. It's working at it. And again, it applies to every area of your life. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. In other words, it's a glorious, I love that. Out of it spring the issues of life. It is an eye-opening, awakening thing when we're working with keeping our heart with diligence, not giving up on something. Sometimes I think we give up too easily, particularly in spiritual things at all, because you've prayed for something, it doesn't happen. Maybe you've read the Bible once or twice and you've said, oh, I just can't get anything out of that. But no, it's diligence. It's working hard at it. And the reward payoff is, for out of it spring issues of life. Again, it's this Proverbs chapter 4 here, verse 23, but you could do this anywhere in Proverbs. It's just this huge source of wisdom that I just encourage people to get in. It's not just wisdom, spiritual application, but just a real life application. There's a lot of great things in the book of Proverbs, and chapter 4, verse 23 is another example of that. All right, Pastor Todd, what do you got there for us?
I'm going to read it to you from the Amplified Bible, which sounds very much like the second version that you just read to us, Jeff. And it does use the word vigilance. Keep and guard your heart with all vigilance. And above all that you guard, for out of it flow the springs of life. Keep and guard your heart. One of the first questions I would ask myself is, well, what is the author? What's Solomon trying to say to us? What does he mean when he says our heart? What does that mean? That means so many things to so many different people. Well, you are made up spirit, soul, and body. That's three parts to who you are. You are spirit. That was dead until Christ. When you accepted Christ, his spirit came into your spirit was made alive, and now his spirit dwells in your spirit. Your spirit, that's eternal. You are also soul. Your soul is your mind, your thoughts, your personality. It's the eternal part of you that is the unique part of you. And it is your mind and your heart. And then, of course, the third part is your body. That's self-explanatory. So when it says to guard your heart, it's talking about guarding even your thoughts. Do it with vigilance. Guard your heart, guard your thoughts, guard your personality, guard the things that come into your mind, and do so, well, as the proverb says, above all that you guard. What are the things that you protect in your life? What are the things that you honor? Do you have a safe at your home where you have your valuables locked in? Is there things that you possess that are so important to you, you'd be lost if you had them stolen or taken away from you? What are the things that you guard? Well, here Proverbs is telling us that whatever it is that you guard, It should be secondary or tertiary or lower compared to guard your thoughts, guard your mind. If I let my mind take control, my mind will go to the world. I'm going to be distant from Christ. I'm going to not have revelation. I'm going to be frustrated. All the bad things. That's why he says, out of your heart springs all the issues of life. It comes because I'm not protecting, guarding my mind, my thoughts. Let your mind guard it against the world and make sure that your mind is daily, moment by moment, if you can, on Jesus Christ and on his good. And you will see the good of his promises in your life. Jeff, want to wrap it up for us?
Well, I'm going to go down just a couple more verses, and it's verse 26. Ponder the path of your feet and let all your ways be established. I have a little note here on the side of my Bible I wrote evidently a while back, and I put in here, think before you step. But ponder the path of your feet. Just take it. Do I really want to do this? Is this something I really want to do? And I just love this about keeping our heart full of diligence, working hard at it, and then making this point of saying, think about what you're doing. Again, it's all back to the wisdom that we find in the book of Proverbs. It's a wonderful book, and I love it. Think about what you're doing. Think before you step. That's kind of a good way of looking at it. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in here today and enjoying OneVerse with us. Pastor Todd and I always enjoy spending a little bit of time in the Word with you. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time with more of OneVerse.